Ladies and gentlemen, the Narik Chase channel proudly presents another episode of Breaking the Baits, episode 90.
What?
And on the panel is your host, Narik Chase, accompanied by Ken and MademB.
Wait, she's over there.
Yeah.
I was doing that, and I was like, "Oh, wait a minute, she's more that way."
I am invisible.
To me, you're that way.
I'm invisible for the moment. It's okay. You have me in spirit, like you always do.
Woo! The haunting.
All right, in this episode of Breaking the Baits, episode 90, we kind of dabbed in the last episode. We kind of talk about some possible sequels for certain movies, but in this video, we're going to go ahead and dive into it. There are a lot, and we're going to possibly extend these over a couple of episodes, but we are going to talk about like these possible movie sequels. Should they have sequels? Movies that should have sequels? Movies that definitely shouldn't have sequels? What are ideas for some good sequels?
Yes.
And then we take a breath.
Yeah, I found like a good list of like, how many of these?
You probably came across that same list she came across.
Off a Screen Rant?
Yeah.
Yes. And that's a good list, too. I found a bunch of them, but this one was like, So, yeah, there's a lot. It covers a lot of spectrum, too. It's not just little stuff. It's a very good list. And the very first one, number 30, is one that I was like, yes, they definitely have to have a second one of this one. If you want to start.
Oh, go ahead. Miss MademB had the list.
Okay, well, I wrote down like 10. Whether you have seen them. Okay, if you have seen them, we can give our opinion. If you not, then you can name a sequel. Ken, if you haven't seen the ones that we've seen, or Narik, if you have not seen the one that I have seen. 2, you can name a sequel if you ever find your list.
I gave it to you.
He's Mr. List too. He is the list man.
We we took out like what? We wrote like 100 of them out of there, and we split them up. And I let her pick the ones that she wanted to talk about. I ain't seen that list since.
It wasn't like I picked the ones. These are some pretty good ones. First, I started with I looked up the new Halloween that they want to come out with in 2018.
Another one?
Yeah.
It's a reboot, right?
Who's doing this one? Did Zombie do the last one?
I think Rob Zombie did do the last one.
Let me see.
Yeah, I think Zombie did the last one.
The return of John Carpenter.
I think he was the original.
John, I'm sorry. Look, I'm all for Halloween, and I kind of did like the
okay,
reboots.
Well, first, before we get up in that, we can discuss what has already come to fruition. Is that how you say that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
With the first Halloween, and then the remakes, and then like the Halloween series. What did y'all think of it?
Have you seen the remakes?
I have seen the remakes.
Okay. Well, I hadn't seen most of the original.
I've never seen any of them, but I will say this: they've rehashed that movie 3 times already with 3 separate reboots.
Oh, okay. Because I want to do a Breaking the Baits for Halloween anyway. But honestly, like any of the 80s slasher films, it's very inconsistent, and I kind of did like the reboot, the remake, the rebooted series a little bit more because Michael Myers wasn't just a bad person. You kind of see what led up to him doing that, and that's why I kind of like that because they did humanize him, even though he was a douchebag killing people. So
they did do, as far as I remember, a more thorough background than the original.
All I see in the original was he was already in that crazy house and he escaped like within the first 10 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
But like when the Rob Zombie, they kind of went back to when he was a child. And
yeah, they established a character more from what I was reading. So Yeah, I have never watched one. If I've seen it, it's only like tiny little parts of it, so I don't have a whole lot. But when you start again, 80s classic horror movies, Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, Halloween. What's another good slasher one that was very popular?
You want to go with Hellraiser?
Hellraiser. Well, Hellraiser's kind of a little bit after that, but still, I think it would fit in that category. But Hellraiser, you could reboot. Hellraiser, you could reboot though easily. But the other ones, they've kind of tried to reboot the series as they went with, like, Jason X, trying to modernize it. Throwing the crazy stuff in there with all the other, it's there, but
like I said, all of them are inconsistent. Yeah, they got some good movies, and even though they got some crappy movies, then they got the inconsistencies, and they got the plenty of cool kills. As far as them rebooting the series, I like John Carpenter. I like his work. I don't think he doesn't need to touch it, because what he's going to try to do is take it back to the 80s roots of it, but this is not going to fit in our modern time. It's not going to work.
Well, yeah, I could see that happening. I could see that happening. I would not remake it. I would leave it be and be done with it. But
I'm interested in seeing it because you know me. I like to see if I can see an idea if you do it good. Now if you do it bad, I'm like, you shouldn't have did it.
Why did you do it? I told you not to do it. But we have you on film right now saying that you did. So,
but like I said, I wouldn't mind seeing it, but they gotta tell a good story. It's got to be a good story. And like I said, I did like the Rob Zombie ones a little bit better because they did establish him as a character, and you kind of got into his mind a bit more. Even though like other parts of the movie were kind of crap, especially when people would cuss and keep cussing for no reason and just keep cussing, and I'm like,
that's an 80s movie thing right there.
No, I mean, like, they would literally say the same word like 8 times in a row with like nothing in between. It was like,
and there's no reason for it. It's just like, what?
Yeah. So as far as the Halloween, I don't mind seeing a reboot. I just hope that they do something. I'm not gonna say different, because you can't. A lot of times you can't bring something new to the table. A lot of times you can't bring something different. We'll see Michael Myers with the Jason thing. I'm sorry. I think it'd be pretty cool. What
use some power tools. What's wrong with that?
What is your thoughts about the whole Halloween?
Well, I'm kind of lost myself.
Shoot, I wouldn't mind seeing it though.
It's a food coma thing.
He said it's going to be different, but he said he wanted to take it back to what made the original scary. That's
I told you, but then again, John Carpenter needs to realize.
Well, hell, he scared the crap out of us with the thing. So,
like, what was scary then ain't necessarily scary now.
True, because you have so much desensitization. Look at some of the games you play now. It's like, what the heck?
I was recently watching. We were recently watching a review from Decker Shadow, guy on YouTube. Dude's awesome, and he's funny as hell. And he was talking about the remake of Nightmare on Elm Street. And I was like, one of the things he kept harping on was the movie wasn't like fun like the originals were. Because everybody knows when Christopher Nolan dropped the Dark Knight trilogy, he made it like everything was realistic and dark.
Yeah,
because that's what real life is. And when they remade the Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy Krueger wasn't a funny character at all. He was serious.
The original, yeah.
But in the original, he cracked jokes and stuff a little bit more and everything. And I'm like, okay, in this Halloween, it's going to be like I don't want it to fall into the same Halloween category of how movies go. Kind of like when people get picked off, but nobody knows he's picking people off. Like, it would be a good movie for him to like okay, this dude is stalking these people. They have to stop him. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I mean, at this point, it's like, is he supernatural? Is he a regular guy? If he's a regular guy,
kill him.
Like, I want to, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know. I have no, I don't know what to say, honestly.
Not a campy 80s movie.
Like I say, I think it'll be an interesting idea because I like the kind of the story a little bit. But if he's going to be a slasher killing these people, it's got to be in a way where where the people that he's killing have as much a chance of surviving as him killing them, but he still has that, like, he's a big threat to them. Like, did you ever see Halloween Resurrection?
No.
Like, they were filming in this house. They were filming in, like, his house. They were doing, like, a reality TV show in his house. And he was killing them in the house. Now, I could kind of get behind that idea because if they're, like, stuck in his house and they're all separated and they're trying to survive against him picking them off and everything, like, fine. But if he's going to be, like, stalking them throughout, like, the small town and stuff, and it's like, how do you prevent that from him from killing people? I don't know. This dude escaped. He's probably gonna try to come out this family, put him in police protective custody. And that, like, if he shows up, shoot him. I don't know. What happened in the 80s movie?
Supernatural aspect, or do you want the humanity aspect? Is the question, I guess, really.
I want him human, but I still want him
like, you know, he could be here, be there real fast in like 10 seconds, or does he have some ability, or you know, step it up a notch, or is he just a man who's just really good at what he does?
Yeah, because I like Halloween, but if he's just a person, speaking strictly on the physics of a regular person, this should be the only movie. Where this should be the only Halloween movie. It should be a standalone movie. Everything needs to be fixed in this movie because there's no reason for him to come back after this. Even though they might try to do it that angle, no. Make this movie a standalone, all or nothing. You want to see these people go up against this guy. And you know one thing I want to see? I want to see him talk. Say something.
No, you can't ruin the mystery of no.
What mystery? He just nut with a mask on killing folks.
Yeah, but that's what gives you the the eeriness. He just never says you got a white mask and a butcher knife and a jumpsuit. Come on, what more could you ask for?
Let them do something. Hulk smash or something. I don't know.
I'm gonna kill you. Yeah. Okay. All right.
What else is on the list? I'm interested in seeing it, but what else is another one?
Lights Out too.
Did you ever see the first Lights Out?
It's not ringing a bell. I don't think so. That's not on my normal. If it's a scary movie, I'm gonna tell you, I probably have not seen it very often.
Yeah,
I'm not the big scary movie kind of guy. Well, except for Alien. I liked Alien, and I've seen like Nightmare on Elm Street and stuff like that. But I've never seen a Friday the 13th movie. How's that for you, huh? That's shocking. I've never seen a Rocky movie either.
I don't like Rocky. I did like Creed, but I don't like Rocky.
I've never felt drawn to him. Never. I mean, I know the story plots and everything, but it's just,
yeah.
I have never physically sat down and watched any of the movies. The guy used to go to school. His name was Mitch, and Mitch was he liked Fangoria, the magazine with all the movie effects from the 80s and 90s campy movies, Friday the 13th and all that stuff. And he used to that was his thing. And he'd be sitting there like showing me all the gross and nasty stuff from those movies where people get chopped up with power saws and all kind of crazy stuff. Oh yeah, he was showing me. I said, when did Jason not use a power tool? He's used everything in the inventory of a lawn care center to kill everybody. So it's like, what the heck? Flares.
And I'm not gonna say Lights Out was literally one of the best horror movies I have seen in quite a while. it's about this. It's a story about this family that's being haunted by this malevolent force. I guess she's a ghost, and she only appears in the dark.
Kind of like the Tooth Fairy movie. She only showed in the dark.
I think it's two. Yeah, yeah, kind of, but yeah. Because I actually was going to make a caricature. I know what you're talking about. Darkness Falls. Yeah.
Yeah, that movie.
Like that.
I actually did watch that one, believe it or not.
Dude, I'm telling you. I went watched Lights Out, went back and watched Darkness Falls, and I like Darkness Falls. Lights Out was better.
You're like, ooh, where's the flashlight?
But yeah, in that movie, they were being haunted by this ghost, basically. And every time the lights were out, she'd show up. And they did a lot of awesome stuff with that concept. I don't want to spoil it. I'm not going to spoil it. But I'm going to say it was really cool. And she was really creepy. Like, she definitely deserves a sequel. My only issue with this is you got to tread carefully with the idea of making a sequel for this movie because it felt like everything was kind of concluded. Now, I will say this. I think they should come out with a sequel, but the only way, and tell me if you think what you think about this concept. Remember how she was linked to the mother? Mm-hmm. What if she becomes, I don't know, maybe she becomes linked to the son because that was kind of a traumatic experience. She gets linked to the daughter. You think that'll be a good way to bring her back? Because of how personal connection she had with that family, I don't see it being like another family across the states. Her messing with them. What do you think?
I don't know what did she have in common with the daughter?
I'm just saying it because, like, I don't know. I'm gonna have to spoil it for you, Ken, to give everybody context.
I'll probably never see it, and I'm actually trying to read it a little bit.
The mother had this friend they were both in a psychiatric ward when they were kids, and somehow the girl had like an allergic reaction to light. So in an experiment, she died.
Okay.
So what happened was because of her connection with her mother, she was brought back as this ghost. I guess when the mom got older.
Mm-hmm.
So the ghost was basically haunting her mother, but it wasn't like haunting her, trying to like make her like kill her or anything. It was like haunting her like she was her property. She didn't want her mom to talk to nobody or anything. And if anybody got too close, she would go after them.
Okay, a possessive.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the movie basically takes place with the daughter and the son, I guess, trying to help their mother get out of this. Because at first the daughter doesn't believe what's going on. And then she ends up kind of having repressed memories where she was like, yeah, she interacted with that ghost. She just didn't know it. So the whole that's why I say it was really personal. And I can't really see her just coming back with some other random family.
There's a personal attachment. It's not like Amityville Horror where, you know, you have the house itself is possessed, not the family being chased. So that's pretty cool.
So I'm interested in seeing the sequel. The only way I can see a sequel happening is if she comes back with the daughter or she comes back with the son.
Well, it said there was a Lights Out 2 or something mentioned about it here.
Yeah, I'm interested in seeing the Lights Out 2. And plus, like I said, they did a lot of like great creative things with that concept of like her not being able to be seen, like her, vanishing with light and stuff. Like it was awesome. One of the best movies.
They said something about a black light. That's how you can actually see her.
Yeah, like without it, you just see like her shadowy figure.
Mm-hmm.
But with the black light, you actually see what she looks like.
Oh, that's cool.
And she looked like crap.
Scary.
She looked like who did it and ran. And you know what made it really scary was kind of the whole lanky thing.
Yeah.
Like she was really lanky with the long fingers. Like, yeah.
It's like watching the Ring with creepy fingers.
Mm-hmm. What else we have on the agenda besides Lights Out? Unless you want to add something.
Why don't you name one of your sequels, Ken, that you looked up?
Oh, I liked District 9.
I still ain't seen District 9.
District 9 is a very cool movie, and you feel very frustrated going through it. You feel the character as you go through the movie, where you become attached. In fact, at some point in time, you feel like you are that character, and you feel the frustrations of this guy going through this whole process. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, they kind of leave you at the end like, oh, more. I need more. Because the guy who did it is Neil Blomkamp, who was supposed to do the Halo movie, but they kind of shot it down. And so he took it over, and I think it was Peter Jackson. They both collided together and made District 9 just to kind of show off what they can do. And it's a pretty damn good movie. Even if you just a DVD rental, it is very, very good. It's very, I don't want to say underground, but I mean, it's just, you know, you don't hear a lot of people talking about it, but if you watch it, you will go, man, that is really freaking good.
What are your thoughts about the, because I heard that they're supposed to be working on a District 10. What do you think about that?
They are supposed to be working on it. Blomkamp's got a couple movies already under his belt right now, so it's probably going to be pushed back about 2 years maybe. But if they could continue the District 9 storyline with more updated, I mean, it was already pretty nice when they did it. If they can do it with more, it'd be really, really good. I would go see it in the theater, and that's saying a lot for me because I don't see many movies in the theater. That I would go in the theater and see it again for, just for the visuals. I mean, the visuals that they did were phenomenal. I mean, they didn't look too campy, too hokey, and a lot of it's practical, and a lot of it's very, I mean, you kind of really put that disbelief when you see the situation happening. Yeah! Oh.
My bad.
Mute. But I think it would be very well if the two same directors get on it. It would be a very excellent movie, and it would be very visually pleasing, both practical and CGI, because some of it is definitely CGI, but it doesn't look hokey. It doesn't look campy, you know, like watching some of those, you know, sci-fi movie of the week, you know, Ice Trolls Attack. You know, it doesn't look like that. It looks good. It looks really good. So District 9, District 10, I'm all for it.
What's another one?
What's your name one?
I didn't see the list.
you had your list.
I don't remember.
Who lost the list? Here's one we've talked about. I Am Legend.
I Am Legend.
We've talked about this one in the past, about whether or not it was potentially worth making a sequel to, or even, you know, just a movie in general. Because the original was called The Omega Man. And that, I think, was better movie than I Am Legend with Will Smith in it. And that was in 1960s.
That Omega Man?
Yeah, I think it's Omega Man.
Yeah, it's three of them. There's what was it? I think the first one was I Am Omega, and then the second one is the Omega Man, and then the third one is I Am Legend. I think.
Well, it's the book. The Omega Man Charlton Heston version is the one I'm speaking particularly at.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I hadn't seen it yet.
That one. Yeah, that one I think was, I don't know, I guess I kind of like the Planet of the Apes kind of style movie too. But I Am Legend was interesting because you see the story from Will Smith. And of course, Will Smith, everybody likes Will Smith. Who doesn't? There's very few. But it's just, I don't know. I didn't like the style of the critters. In the original, it was just a group of people. This one, it was more of a rabid,
like
rabies-infested people. I don't know. And I watched the alternate ending too, and I don't know. I didn't get a good vibe for the movie. I was kind of into it for a little while, and then it just kind of went, what?
I wouldn't mind seeing the I Am Legend 2, but Because think about it, it's a worldwide event. You got they can tell the story from somebody else's perspective.
They could
how they were trying to survive and everything. In this one, it wouldn't be nobody that knew chemical science and everything, so it wouldn't be about them trying to cure it.
Yeah, just trying to get by and get around with what's going on.
So I can get behind an I Am Legend too if it's somebody else and it's not continuing that storyline with Will Smith, which I like the movie. I didn't have nothing against Will Smith. I mean, he plays Will Smith.
Oh hell no!
It was like Bad Boys with zombies / infected / vampire things. I don't know.
I just didn't care. I didn't care. I think the movie was okay. I just didn't care for the bad guy, the pseudo villain per se. They just looked too hokey to me. I couldn't buy it, And the bad thing is they put so many zombie things. I mean, zombies took off and took over the planet up to The Walking Dead right now, trying to wrap them up. It's just gotten old. But there is one movie, though, speaking of zombies, that would be great to see a sequel to, though.
Don't say Zombieland 2.
Yes! Yes!
I mean, honestly, you're right. Zombieland 2 would be a great movie.
It would be awesome. It would be awesome. I love Zombieland 1. I really didn't know what to think about that movie the first time I saw it, and I'm like, I'll watch it again, and I watched it again and caught all the little stuff in there, and it's become one of my favorite movies. Not a favorite of all time, like the big ones, but I will sit and watch Zombieland. If it's on, I will watch it. Because I love to see when he goes into the grocery store with the clippers, and he starts playing the banjo.
Yeah.
The zombie kill, the style of storytelling that they did, like cardio and I love that type of, yes, it's kind of a horror movie, but it's a comedy.
Yeah.
And I like that style of storytelling. I wish I could envision that in real life, as we're talking during our show, throwing up little things as we go. And that's what I really enjoyed about that movie. I like Woody Harrelson in there.
Yeah, he was great. He was great.
It was great. It had Bill Murray in it, short period of time. But the whole cast was great. Even Lex Luthor,
If in the second one, because they are planning on making it, who would you like to see be added to the cast? If they're going to add somebody, but who would you want them personally want to see added to the cast?
They need to make Will Ferrell a zombie so they can kill him. And they need to make what is that guy? Harry Osborn, James Franco. Put James Franco in there as kind of like a tag along or something like that would be interesting.
I kind of want to see somebody that's a little bit like stone, like somebody can play a stone cold killer.
Because he need that, like Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis would be awesome.
I would say Bruce Willis, but I think he passed his prime on this one.
No.
If I would say anybody, I'd probably say like Jason Statham.
Yeah, Jason Statham would be cool. But see, he's kind of doing that weird action comedy thing. So it's like, he's played several roles. I mean, where he's, Die Hard, I will kill you and you will die, brutal killer. And then he's got like the comedy movies and stuff where he's like, a bumbling super guy, but he's a bumbling idiot. It's
what if it'd be like a female? Like what if Woody Harrelson end up having to, I guess, deal with a chick that's crazier than him? Like would be his equivalent.
Let's see. Who would be out there that would be a good choice to match up with him in the show? God, I can't think of her name.
Mila Jovovich.
No, she already got her own series.
I love Mila Jovovich.
I seriously thought about it though, but that would be. I mean, they would do that just for pure parody, just to put her in there for that. But no, I can't think of. I could see her face. She's a dark-haired action actress.
I wouldn't mind her making a cameo.
That would be cool. She could be a zombie.
She might walk in looking like Resident Evil, awesome. You got to shoot him in the head, walks off. I'm like, okay, cameo came in.
Yeah, quick down and dirty, or see like an umbrella logo on the wall somewhere.
Yeah.
because there's a lot of stuff in that movie that they parried off of other things. But I can't think of the lady's name. I'll have to find it. But she's pretty good. She's a
is she British?
She played in Deadpool, the dark-haired lady that was the super strong.
Angel Dust.
Yes. She would be a good. Yeah, she would be a good one in there.
What was her name?
The other lady I'm trying to think of. I mean, she just popped in my head as I was kind of going through characters. I can't. I'm gonna have to find this lady now. It's gonna drive me nuts. But she's usually played like an assassin and a spy and stuff. God dang it! I hate that. I can see the face. I just can't remember the name.
That's Gina Carano.
That's the one for Deadpool?
Yeah. Okay, I can kind of see her.
She's got the look for it. I mean, she was an enforcer in Deadpool, so I think she could naturally fit in with that crew. And even be more of a smartass, too, because she was kind of a, like that in the movie, too, with Deadpool. God. Oh, well. I'll think of it in a minute. I'm trying to find her right now.
All right, what about are you done?
Yes.
What about, have you seen Beverly Hills series? Beverly Hills Cop series. The
Beverly Hills.
I would want to see that's that warning. I would want to see it. Eddie Murphy still has it. That quick-witted, fast talking. And I seen him do it in Tower Heist where he did do that.
Axel Foley again.
Did it for a little bit because his character was a smart ass.
Yeah.
But I want to see if he can if he got the chops for that.
I'm pretty sure he could. Because he went, he used to do all the, the stand-up raw, pretty nasty, all the time. And then he kind of went off and did the Disney movies and the Dr. Doolittles and kind of toned his whole persona down. But yeah, I think I would like to see him at least, kind of go out with a bang or something.
Yeah. Give his characters like his last run.
I'm sure Judge Hirsch should come back and try to play his role and all that stuff too, if he's even still alive.
Yeah, I would like to see if any of them would make a return.
Trying to think. I think the detective, his partner, is dead though.
Yeah,
he died.
I would like to see it be done like this. Say his character's about to retire, right? And say in the process of him having to retire, he's training another detective in the process.
Yeah, training day, but a different style.
Yeah, I would like to see that because not only will you get his talent, but he'll get some new talent.
Well, you know who the part end up being, right?
Oh, please don't say Kevin Hart, man.
You know who it's going to be.
No, he's too good.
Yes.
You need somebody a little bit. You need somebody a little bit serious that can play off it. Because think about it, because his character is street smart. It'd be nice to see a character that's kind of street smart like him, but can be serious. But still play off that same wittiness. Like I can't even think who I want to see in there. My voice start going on.
I'm pretty sure that if they reboot it, or not reboot it, let me phrase that. If they did a last going out Beverly Hills Cop to keep the audience attached to it, it would probably be a Kevin Hart type character. It would become too naturally for somebody to pull that off. And I'm trying to think of who would be a good person to throw in there. But most of the actors that are coming to the top of my head are more serious. I don't want to say more serious, but they don't. I don't know if they would fit well into that role right off the bat.
I wouldn't mind seeing somebody do it, but it'd be interesting because he would still be a smart ass, but you can tell he's kind of grown over time, but still has that wit. And somebody who has that wit he used to have he's trying to shape them up to kind of lose that wit a little bit and be more wise.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind seeing that. And like I said, I like Kevin Hart, but I don't think Kevin Hart, no. He's too much of a like I can't take him serious for nothing.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to envision him trying to be.
And plus, after I watched
serious, I don't think any of the movies. I mean, he's had some where he's toned down, but he's still always that same.
After I watched that one movie, what's the movie where he was with Ice Cube and they were cops? What was that movie?
Oh, jeez. Come on, internet. Let's go.
Let's Be Cops. No, they Let's Be Cops. What is that movie anyway? Dagnabbit?
Is Right Along.
Yes. After I was so frustrated with him in the movies because his character was over the top. And like what the stuff Ice Cube was doing, like I could see Eddie Murphy doing some stuff like that.
Yeah, the lower key, still funny, but lower key, more matured. Where Kevin Hart's the younger, more inexperienced, or he's the more wilder of the characters. He's the yin to the yang in this case.
I like Kevin Hart, but like in Right Along, if Right Along is anything to see him play a movie like that, he was way too over the top. He did some stuff that you would never, ever in a million years do in those situations.
Well, they try to, run it up.
But I mean, that's his acting style. That's his acting style. So
yeah, he is. It's just like Will Ferrell or Seth Rogen. They all play the same type of characters.
Yeah.
You don't really see that much of a difference. It might be a different role, but the same humor style is it's built in no matter what they try to do. It's always the same thing. Every time I see Seth Rogen, I see Pineapple Express.
Yeah.
Every time I see Will Ferrell, I see Ricky Lee or whatever that movie was, the NASCAR one. I mean, granted, there's some funny parts in there. Ricky Bobby, yeah, it's just always there, and they don't know how to get out of that. But it's great to see a serious character come in there. For a while, Jason Statham was all serious, but then he comes in acting like a bumbling spy, and he's actually kind of funny.
Yeah,
because you don't expect it from him. You're expecting a dead set character, and he comes in there and he's like, making fun of himself.
Yeah.
Being over the top.
See,
like the Italian Job,
I don't like that. I'm not on it.
Well, apparently, I don't think he's gonna make it. Well, it was like in the words, but then like the TV show, they said he dead, along with Triplets, a sequel to Twins. If anybody remembers that.
Yeah, I remember Twins. They don't need no triplets.
Yes.
And then
Twins. No, that was a done deal. That was a long time ago.
And they wanted him, like, they really wanted him to do a 4, but, he was like, no. And then they was like, why did he decide to do, out of all the movies he could have been in, why he decided to do Mr. Church? They was like, it was almost like a Driving Miss Daisy sequel. It was directed by the same filmmaker. So they was like, they might do it with another person.
Reboot it.
But they said unless they hear something else, it don't appear that he wants to do it.
I mean, I guess if his heart ain't in it, fine. But a lot of his fans do want that 4th movie, and I like the movies. I know people didn't like the 3rd one as much, but I thought the 3rd one was pretty cool. It was different.
Well, it's like Lethal Weapon. Lethal Weapon had a good combo. Regular straight book cop. The rogue cop. They worked well together. The movies are great, but when you start getting to the 3rd one, you're like, okay, what are they going to do now? What crazy thing's going to happen at this point?
Mm-hmm.
And in the first, right off the bat, you get him out there naked, clucking like a chicken, trying to get the guy with the flamethrowers.
That was hilarious.
And Danny Glover and Mel Gibson were great combo in that movie. I mean, I liked it, but after a point in time, that movie magic, or even though the partnership's good, it's just you either get weak stories, or they keep trying to repeat the same things without any infusion of new material. and you lose that magic. And I think that's what was happening with Beverly Hills Cop. You know, first one came out, second one came out, you know, really rapidly, and then the third one
time period too
took a couple years. It came out.
Yeah. You think
and then, you know, these actors had got to other things.
Like in that time period, they had like those kind of energetic cops, but he was like a smart ass cop from like the hood. Yeah. You didn't really see that too much back then.
No, and it was different.
I'm gonna throw out an idea because I think I've heard this idea before too. To be a final send off to 2 franchises. Why not put Beverly Hills Cop in with Bad Boys?
No.
Dang. Okay, never mind. She called it. Never mind.
I'm not feeling that one either. I like Bad Boys, but I think Beverly Hills Cop and it would just not jive very well together. I don't know. I mean,
mainly because Beverly Hills Cop was good, but I mean, probably with what he was doing in the movies, my mama had all of them, so we didn't have no choice but to watch them. So it's like, who else could have played that role? Yeah, he was goofy, funny, he, a good cop, but I mean, you take out Axel Foley, and like, what do you have?
Nothing.
Like, really, that's what I'm saying. You take out Eddie Murphy, Axel Foley, what do you have? And then like put in somebody else who's just as good as actor. I mean, because I'm thinking back to the movies, and I'm like, maybe somebody else could have done it. It's like he made Beverly Hills Cop, so that's what.
Yeah, he's stuck with it forever. It's like William Shatner in Star Trek. These characters have sunk themselves so much into that role and that caricature that it's very hard to see anybody else taking that role. And that's kind of what makes movies harder to watch now too, because you get people like us, and they'll say we're going to reinvent Beverly Hills Cop. Oh, they bringing back Eddie Murphy? First words out your mouth. No, it's going to be Kevin Hart's playing it this time. You're like, no, please.
Sometimes it's not even the idea they're going to like bring it back or reboot it or something. It's who they cast. They're like,
well, yeah, because we're trying to find somebody to match.
And it's going to be, I don't know, Michael B. Jordan and John Cena. You like, what? Who came up with that?
Where'd you guys get that idea from? And that's that's kind of what would happen is you get so cast to those people in that role, and then they throw a train wreck in there for you, and it'll go. But was it the other guys that had Mark Wahlberg, Will Ferrell, and then they had The Rock and Samuel Jackson in it?
Oh, I never watched them. I know what you're talking about.
I've never seen the movie, but I want to see it. But the combination of all 4 of them, you got Will Ferrell and Johnny Wahlberg in there. And it's just like you got the stupid cop and then the smart cop, but then you got the 2 guys who are over the top. You got Samuel Jackson and you got The Rock playing like these hardcore, badass, blow up everything cops. So you got your extremes.
Yeah.
And then the whole movie kind of rolls around that whole combination of things going on. That is a good one. And I definitely want to finish. I've seen little pieces, parts here and there, but just the commercial for it, the ad was awesome. So I think it's called The Other Guys, if I remember right.
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. Do we have time for one more?
I think so.
We
got about 7-8 minutes.
17.
Okay, this might be a quick one. Another Eddie Murphy Coming to America 2.
No.
Done.
No, you know what? I'm not even gonna do that. The only way they would do it is if he was the king and his son came to America.
Yeah, that's what they would have to do. It'd have to be a rehash of what's already happened, but now versus 1985, 86, whenever that movie came out.
They'd have to try to modernize it.
Unless, they're coming back. They're coming back and they're bringing their son. Like, he's coming to America too. Get it? Anyway.
Wow. That's what it says? Or did you come up with that?
No, I just came up with that. Okay. They said it's actually coming in theaters.
Really?
I don't know. I don't know about that.
So he'll do that, but he won't do another Beverly Hills. Okay.
I wonder if Arsenio Hall will come back.
It'd be nice to see Arsenio Hall playing something. That'd be pretty nice. And hell, again,
bring the alien finger back.
What if his son? He has a son that comes too.
Share an American experience.
That's what they said. That of course they said he's king now. Maybe. Lisa. They said they don't know all the details, but folks are speculating that the film will focus on the son of a king. Vanessa comes to the States to find his own bride.
Yeah, send him to America to live his dad's experience.
See, what he don't know is America's a war zone right now, so he doesn't need to be sending his son over here. And if he does, he's a very bad father.
It's Darth Vader.
See, the timing agrees with it. That's perfect timing, actually. But as far as the idea for coming to America too, I don't mind it. I just hope that if you can get the right writers behind it and the right director behind it, I'm all for it. I am all.
Maybe they changed the location.
What would
maybe
be
they
interesting
location instead of coming to America? Oh no, you can't do it because that's the title of the movie. So I guess never mind on that.
In Miami, not after what just happened. But like, what would be a good location? San Francisco, Las Vegas,
Seattle.
Maybe not Vegas because we had saw Leprechaun and that didn't work out too well.
Seattle.
Seattle.
Bees and stuff.
I mean, they have to, have it up, have it good up to date because it's been what? How long has it been?
20 plus years.
Like 30.
Has it really been that long?
I don't even think I was baking in the oven.
When was Coming to America? Let's see. 1988.
Oh, that's okay. So it's a year after I was born.
Wow.
I was still golden brown then.
James Earl Jones was younger.
Yes. Or if they do another Coming to America, it won't be a sequel. It'll be a prequel of how James Earl Jones got his wife.
Maybe. No, I think the kids would be a better one because you'd have a younger, just like Eddie Murphy was a younger comedian back then. I mean, but younger. Let's go younger to like maybe 18, 19 versus like their mid 20s or late 20s. Go to a younger crowd.
I don't want to be too young because some of them young cats nowadays, I don't like that style. I want somebody that's kind of in between.
There's some folks that are out there that will work, but I don't
want to see a son walk up here with some skinny jeans or some stuff. I'll be like, wow, really?
That would be hilarious. Leopard print skinny jeans or some crazy stuff like that.
Yeah, but I don't want to see none of that. But it would be kind of cool seeing the cultural, you know what I'm saying, what he does in his country compared to what I would like to see that. I am interested in seeing that.
They said it's happening with or without Eddie.
Well, dang.
I don't know what they mean by that.
They would only have to cameo him in there anyway. I mean, he would only be like maybe at the beginning, like, son, I need you to go find your way. I'm booting you out of the country, and you're going to America to find you a bride.
I know they're going to.
And then at the end of the movie, he shows up and says, "This is good, Simba," and be all right.
They're going to do like they did with Independence Day since they couldn't get Will Smith on there. They just had a big portrait of him on the wall.
He gets off. No, you see the aircraft crashing into the ground like the Bionic Man. Except in this case, they're just going to have a picture of James Earl Jones, and they're going to have him on the wall. Tragic accident.
I guess we'll go ahead and cut it here. Guys, we have talked about some possible movies that are going to be coming out and our thoughts, impressions, and opinions about these movies. We talked about Halloween, Lights Out 2, District 10, I Am Legend 2, Zombieland 2, Beverly Hills Cop 4, and Coming to America. And in the comment section below, let us know what you guys think about those. Also, be sure to hit that like, share, subscribe, and that notification button to get the best of what's going on this channel. And we're going to go ahead and leave it right there. And join us again for the second half. And we'll catch you guys later. We're signing out.